Hello, hello. This is going to just be a short one because I'll be doing a lot with the Fabri-Tac, and it's on doing stuff that I can't really like flip pages on. And I started this and thought, I like this idea. I think I'm going to do this. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do it on too many pages. So I have this Ziploc baggie. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I closed that, or I would have just dumped those everywhere. These are from a diamond painting that my daughter was working on, and it got ruined. And so this is the rest of the diamond paintings, or the diamond dots. And some of them are very iridescent. They're not, they're not like a matte finish. They're very shiny and kind of glittery. So I did just want to kind of embellish some of this stuff with that. I will say, picking out just the white ones out of this was interesting. So I will take this with me to Walla Walla. I'm going to be up there for a couple days, so I will take that with me and I'll work on it up there for future pages. But for now, I'm just going to do this front page, and I'm just going to put some of these in each of these little center dots. And try not to like spread glue everywhere, but so it being a silicone glue, it is very thick. But I don't want a lot there, so I'm just kind of dabbing and then using my finger to, it's like cheese. It likes to leave little trails. So just kind of using my finger to kind of, catch that. And then I am using my diamond painting pen. Whoops. I don't know where that one went. I dipped it in the, the wax that you use when you're diamond painting. And I'm just going to go through and put a pretty shiny little dot in the center of all of these dots. Oops. Try to get them centered. I'm beginning to wonder if my glue fell out. They're not wanting to stick in there. And I kind of was hoping that when I grabbed them and I went through that I pulled up enough to be able to do both of these rows. And now I'm like, it's not looking, maybe not so much. Which means I have to get back into the zippy bag if I don't have enough. Which I'll figure out before I start gluing for sure. Now there is one right here on the end. I'll go ahead and pull one there. Why not? And then I'm going to count. Oh, did the glue not come out? Doesn't look like it because my tip was dried out, it looked like. Come on. There we go. Now the silicone glue is going to be stronger than the wax. So in theory, if there's glue on the paper, it should pick the dot off the pen. Oh, there's the one I dropped. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I was afraid of. Which means I got to try to. And these are very staticky. So they keep sticking to my fingers. which, you know, on the surface you would think, yay, that's a benefit, but it's really not, because I'm ending up with colors other than, you know, other than what I'm trying to get. So I'm ending up with the yellow and the blue and the gray and all the other colors. In addition to. So there's that one. And I'm going to move this down onto a flat surface. So this is what I'm doing. Just kind of going through, but see, it's very, very staticky because, again, they're in a plastic bag. And it turns out to be a very good, like, little fidget toy in a way to sit here and play with them. But what that's done is built up a bunch of static electricity within the bag. I had one. There's a couple. Put those down on the table just so I can separate them out a little bit. See, I had a whole bunch in my hand and only one made it to the table. I forget how many I needed. There's another one. There's one. So I'll just put a bunch in there. And then any I have like extra. I know I needed 13 total. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have at least 13. So I'm going to clear my little spout here. I'm going to do a, oops, I totally just missed the dot. A dot and a smoosh. And a dot and a, you know, and all I'm doing here, like I said, is, you know, like string cheese, is I'm getting the trail so that it breaks the connection to the paper and doesn't want to keep like putting glue down. There we go. Now, as we speak, my driving video from Friday is still trying to upload. It's only at like 91%. And I will be leaving back for Walla Walla in like another hour and a half. So I'll be recording the drive back before the drive up has even uploaded. For whatever reason, YouTube does not like to upload my videos when I've had to like splice videos together. Like when I'm having issues with my camera turning off, or I'm having to pause, you know, and so I have to put two videos together and to make it one, or I run it through CapCut. It also does not seem to like that. Not sure what the deal is. I didn't used to have those problems, so I don't know. But yeah, that video will eventually upload. And obviously I won't upload the drive home video until the drive up video has fully loaded onto YouTube. Now, as I was going, this one did not want to stick. And I think that was about where I realized that the tip of my glue was drying out. So there wasn't really any glue on there. So yeah, I will be taking this zippy bag up with me to go through and pick out more of those iridescent white ones to go elsewhere within the journal. Whoops, I guess I need the, I don't even need to bring all this stuff, all the trays and stuff with me, because I can just use my daughter's. That's up there. That way I don't have to worry about, more things to worry about. I got glue off my finger. But yeah, that's just kind of given some, oops. Let's see if I can, doesn't really show on camera too well, but it's giving that visual texture component of my prompts. Something else I'm going to work on in this is putting in my white birds, and that is representing my magical element. A little bit of a play on words, the magic of innocence, which was the 70s, back in the days when we could leave our car door, our cars unlocked, and we could leave our houses unlocked, and we could be outside until the porch lights came on, and there was a lot less worry and concern about child predators and that kind of stuff. Looking for my glue rag. I had it in my lap. Where did it? Oh, it's on the floor. So I'm just kind of going to intersperse these little flowers. I did die cut them out off camera, obviously. Yeah, I haven't been to bed yet. I figured it was rolling up on 5:30. I'm like, I gotta be up at 7. So why bother going to sleep at this point? So yeah, I'm not gonna put them on every page. I'm just gonna kind of like, put them in random places throughout. Some will be going facing that way, some facing that way, depending on the individual die cut, obviously. Which, the ones that are cut out of paper that were colored on the back, those are easy to know which way they're facing. The other ones, the ones that were white on both sides, it's like, oh, that's going to be a little more tricky. Some of them are obvious. The ones that have the tree branch in their mouth, I know those ones are flying left. Which, I suppose if they're white on the back, they could fly the other direction. They could go this way if they're, but so I have my little pile of birds over here. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, what's the point in going to sleep now? Why bother? So those ones are left. Those right. And of course, these are just in a bag. So it's like, they're not really organized in any, any form, shape, or fashion. And I honestly don't know how many are going left and how many are going right. I don't remember. It does not look like too many. It looks like so far there's only 2 that are flying to the left. Which is interesting when you think about it, right? I do find that a little pretty interesting, to be honest. Sitting on my foot and it just, totally fell asleep on me. Those are going that way. I had to double check. Because when you do stuff out of die cuts, it, presses the paper down when it cuts. So you can, like when you're feeling it, there's a rough edge on the back versus a smooth edge on the front. So you can pretty easily tell, what's the front and what's the back. It's funny. I had no idea that literally on this die set, there's only 2 birds that are facing left. Huh. Whoa. How did I never notice that before? That one's there and that one's there. Okay. So yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds that are facing to the right and only 2 facing to the left. Let's see, where did we put, so the bird there. Nothing super fancy. Like I said, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be online a whole long time because I'm literally only just, staying up to make the drive. And I still need to pack my bag for a couple days. And I can't do that till my husband wakes up because I don't want to be in there making a bunch of noise. So there's some hang over here from the pocket on the other side. I'm just going to trim that. Let's see. Should we do some more flying birds across the top there? We have them follow the come on. Have them follow the bird of peace. I almost wish I'd have done more of these. I hand stenciled this. Oh, there it is. Like somewhere up there. With my stencil. And I just used different colored inks to make it match this page. And the main reason I did it was because I didn't really have this color scheme. But I really like it. And now I'm wishing that I'd have done more of them. Wait, you see, this was done out of, I cut these out of a couple cards, like greeting cards. Okay, and then I guess I'm making it so that if somebody wanted to put writing paper on here, they'd have to kind of like go around the birds. Now, what? Aren't I? And then we'll go this one there. My heater is blaring in my craft room right now. So my glue is drying out really fast. Like on the tip of my bottle. It's kind of funny because there's several crafters that I watch that, are also having like weird and random, like first time ever issues with their glue. And I'm like, it's bizarre. It's almost like, there's some weird conspiracy against all of us crafting. Again, I had a piece of the pocket hanging over there. So this is a big open space, and I think I'm going to put a die cut here of like flowers or something. Let's see if I have any that I can get to. Whoops. I'm going to have to fix that little pouch. Gears. Lanes. Other little birds. Victorian ladies. I thought I had some just like, already cut out. Over to my left in the little drawers, I have these little pouches that I made out of cardstock. So there's butterflies. Oh, there's some flowers. Not quite the ones that I was looking for, but And these are like single. Okay. We're going to see if I can work with what I pulled out. So I have these, which are like, these kinds of flowers. And it's all that same cut, but it's multiple colors. And then I have like these kinds of flower cutouts. And all kinds of different colors. I think those are too big. These ones are smaller. I'm wondering how that would look with one of these. me just pull a random color out here. I like to put this and then like this underneath it. Yeah, I think those are too big as well. Do you have smaller ones in there? I'm just not finding them, and I don't want to dig too terribly much. So I've got white, yellow, gray, burgundy. This is kind of a pink. It's a very soft pink, but that definitely blends in. And then I got all these colors. I have a black. Oh, I guess there's more than one kind of flower in here, isn't there? So there's this one as well. Unless that's just in the wrong pocket, which it kind of looks that way. I do have those. There is a pocket of them somewhere. Oh, yellow is way too bright. Black. I like the black. Put this green. I was kind of looking for something that would bring out that dress a little bit. Yeah, these are like way too bright. Oh, this one. Pink is definitely too bright. Oh, it's not too bad. I don't like the red. I do kind of like those two colors together though. That pink is too bright. Oh, that does bring this over. Dang it, I dropped it again. I don't like the green either. Yeah, I like those two together. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna pull these. Oh, there's another one of those in red. So yeah, some of them ended up in the wrong spot. Doesn't surprise me because I do, obviously, when I have a set out, is I mass cut. I have a shelf full of cardstock cutouts over there. So they're of all kinds of different sizes, but they're just little pieces. And so I just crank through. But I definitely don't want this as tall as it currently is. So I'm going to trim it down just a smidge if I can get a hold of my scissors. Trim it down right there. And then this one. Also trim down. There. Now, this is tricky. Don't remember which creator I saw do this. When you're working with fine things like this, put some wet glue on your hand. And then just kind of, tap your die cut through it. Because then you'll get all those little, all those little pieces. Another big advantage to these ones that have these really skinny stems is that even though they cut straight, you can angle them like I did this one, and just to kind of give it a little bit of, like movement per se. Okay, same with this one, just going to run it through that glue on my hand. Put that stem next to it. I'm going to kind of lean this one in the opposite direction. Give that a little tap down. Now, it's not a perfect solution, so you always want to check your edges. And if you've got any spots where, your die cut is not glued down, especially like right here on the tips of these flowers, just give a little squirt of glue under there. It's where these really fine tip glue tips come in handy, among other things, obviously, but I like that. Where did I leave off with the birds? Let's get some facing. Let's get a bird facing the other direction. I don't think I want birds on that one. See, this is one that I was going to go through and put dots, those iridescent dots. Maybe not that one. That's quite a lot. But like here, just kind of decorate this little band up. Maybe put some dots on this little pocket. Maybe some dots on this one, just to kind of bling it up a little bit. But as I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, what's the point in going to bed? You got to be up in an hour and a half anyway. And I'll be hanging out at my daughter's while she's at work, so I can lay down and crash once Miss Moo gets taken to her dad's and she goes off to work. So I almost like want them down here, but I don't like the way none of that looks. I'm really having a hard time with the stark white. It's not my aesthetic. I mean, I tend to like, like things to be a little more um vintagey, grungy, sort of. See, that one looks a little better landing down there on the corner of the label because it's little. I definitely want to put some birds though with these younger images because it is the innocence of the 70s that they are representing, that the birds are representing, and so the young and free young ladies, keep dropping them. Put one landing on the opposing corner of the opposing page. Oh, one of my neighbors is headed off to work already. Almost sounds like Mike's truck. Because a little further down the road, we have an asphalt. They own an asphalt company. So they roll in with like 3 semis at a time and out because it's a family-owned business. So they all live down there. So yeah, they usually roll in and roll out together. It's usually quite a loud production. But yeah, it sounded a little more like Mike's truck than them. Let's see. See, I wish there were other ones that looked like they were landing, though. You know what I mean? It's hard to make everything look like it's flying. Or I don't like to make everything look like it's flying. I mean, that one could be taken off, I suppose. My glue is not cooperating this morning. My glue is saying, hey, you should have went to bed. Like that with the free library card. How about that? What's this doing back here? Yeah, see, it's stuck just a smidge. I'm glad I went back and checked it. Got a little bit of fabric not stuck here from when I did the cover. I mean, it was so cute last night because I had my medicine on the table next to the couch, and I take a CBD gummy to help with my nerve pain and stuff, and she takes a melatonin gummy at night. She calls them her, those are her sleepy gummies. And so this morning when she saw my meds sitting there, she asked me, "Is that your sleepy gummy, Grandma?" And I said, no, it's not a sleepy gummy. And she goes, is it just medicine? Yep. I mean, I'm glad that she's able to differentiate in a way. I mean, granted, melatonin gummies would be classified as medicine. Um, but what they've worked on with her is that medicine is stuff that she does not touch, because it could be very, very, that it can make her very sick if she gets into them. So she knows to stay away from like medicine bottles and stuff like that. I mean, my daughter keeps the melatonin gummies up out of her reach as well, because too much probably would not be a good thing either. But yeah, it's just, it was interesting that, she differentiated between a sleepy gummy and medicine, but she also differentiates between sleepy gummies and candy. She knows that they're not the same, which is awesome. And I think that was, very wise on the part of my daughter, to teach her, teaching her the difference. Now she knows not to touch. And she even like even here she'll like pick something up and she'll bring it to me and she's like, Grandma, is this safe? I'm like, yes, but thanks for asking. Would you like one? So because I don't have a child that lives with me all full time, so my house is not child-proofed. I will own that till, whatever. So, my medicine bottles are, they're child locked, like, from the pharmacy, but they're out and visible. And to some degree, I think that also has its benefits because, now it's not the unknown. She sees them. So, it's not some secretive thing because they're not in hiding somewhere. Wondering if I can get some stamping done. Grab my stamp sets. There's my signature one that I haven't gotten to use yet. Let's see. I'm looking for the ones that have script on them. I may be in the wrong section. They may be over in my rubber stamps versus my silicone stamps. I know I have some in my rubber stamps. I don't know if I have any in my silicone. Was where I was trying to go with that before my brain decided to take a nap. I really got to pull my sewing machine out too and get some more cards. Like, these. I sew the plastic onto cardstock just so that I can put my stamps in there and Library. I can use that. Backgrounds. Let's see. So I'm looking for my text sets that look like handwriting versus typewriting, because we don't typewrite postcards and stuff. Get my glue stick out the way. So I have wood blocks that came out of that Facebook haul that I have to still have to take off of blocks. I don't know if there's any script stamps in that or not. Typed. No, that's background stuff. Well, if I'd have dismounted all those rubber stamps before I sent them out all over the United States, it's crazy to think how much I would have been able to send out. I have a cursive script stamp, and I don't know why I'm not finding it. I mean, if I really want to be honest, it's probably lost on my desk somewhere. We will make do with that one. We will make do with that one. So move this out of the way. Move my remote out of the way. Where's my black? Where's my black ink? I know I didn't finish it, but Okay, so we're going to do our first stampings on this. And I do have this stamp. It looks like this. A bunch of different date stamps. Now it will be kind of crazy all over the place, but I'm okay with that. No, that one's not going to be big enough. I need my long and skinny acrylic block. And this is not quite wide enough. I wish it was a little wider. And I don't know if this ink is going to be good enough. Oh, crud. And that's what I was worried about. That's not a very good ink. So my diamond pen, my little pink thingy, just rolled completely off the side of my table. So I'm resorting to black soot, ink oxide. It's not permanent. Actually, I just remembered where I saw my permanent ink last time. Oh, I'm not on screen. Sorry. It just occurred to me is this is going to create a bunch of extra lines. We'll see how it looks. I may just do a different card to go in there. Yeah, that looks really crazy. Because then it looks like you stamped lines as well as so this, whoops, I'm going to cut this down so I know what size I need, and I'll create a new card to go in that pocket. I'm going to put my Distress Oxide back because I just remembered where my black archival ink is. So what other things did I need to stamp here? Bad, I'm gonna have to I'll figure something out there. None of those are fill-in stuff. That I'll figure out later. Property, state of Texas, combination of book issued and returned. Issue 2. So this is where I wanted some of the signatures. Ooh, but I think those are all going to be too big. These are my Kathy Holden stamps that I waited forever to get. My dogs are awake. Oh, it's 6:45. Yeah, those signatures are going to be too big because that's the smallest one. Okay, so it's going to have to wait till later. This one's going to have to wait till later. So I'm going to use a different stamp set for that. I guess since the dogs are awake, I really only have time for one more thing, right? Okay. This one. since this one's already not good, we're going to use this to stamp off or mask off. So you get just kind of the end of the signatures. And it's probably some beginnings over here. Yeah, if my dogs are awake, that means my husband's probably awake. I'm using a bigger stamp. My stamp is bigger than my marker. Oh, why didn't that stamp? Oops. Weird. Okay. Pick the beginning of their name on the beginning of that line. I have no idea what some of these names are. I can't read them. But that's not the point. Well, that one didn't stamp very well either. I'm thinking I need to prime these. This one's going to take up 2 lines because it's a very fancy signature. Again, it's not stamping though. West waiting. We'll have to come back with the date stamps. Okay, we're going to put this right there. There's no date stamps on this one. So yeah, I'll have to come back and put dates there. And then this one, let's see. This is a tried and true stamp. Let's see, let's go this way and this way. So we want to cover up her dress and her legs. And I totally just stuck my elbow in my ink. Not to mention, and muddling my way through that, I also stuck the stamp in my mouth. So I now have black ink all over my lips. Well, definitely not the best stamping job in the world, but it's okay. It's what happens when you don't think of things ahead of time before you glue them in. So we're going to call that good for today because, like I said, my husband is awake. My dogs are awake. So it is time for me to go pack for the next couple days. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't do so on the way in. Please feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I drop videos. Till next time, bye.